Yeah.
So did you start off getting lessons when you moved to Florida? Or how did you get into your play?
Oh no, well, the only lessons I ever got was when I actually went to school, academia. Uh, I decided that by the time that I was, that I entered college, I was going to study music as a major.
Hmm.
Uh, and what was really interesting is that I had been playing for a while, but I did not have the harmony theory and composition, sight reading education, academic education. When I say academia, there's certain steps that you take. Chapter one, this is what you learn.
Yeah.
Chapter two, you just don't jump around and learn things ahead of what you should be learning.
Yeah.
And so by the time that I was 18 years old, I had just finished high school, and I had already been playing in clubs in Florida because at the time, Florida, especially in an era where there was no DJs, live DJs playing
Yeah.
records in clubs or social events, it was always a live band, and so there was a lot of possibilities, a lot of opportunities to be performing every single night at an early age. So I learned music by listening to records and transcribing them. What I heard, I played, which developed my ear.
Yeah.
And then once I started studying it, it was a slow process. And by then, I had just started a new gig as a house band, a member of a house band in a strip club in yeah, in Miami. Well, we'll go through this. Starving musicians and strippers. This is how we survive. Each, one from the other. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Those were the days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ask any musician of my generation, and you see what kind of a response you're gonna get. And I got stories, but we're not gonna go there on this podcast, obviously. But but getting back to academia, I was playing more advanced than what I was learning.
Yeah.
It's a slow process. It would take you like a whole semester to learn certain fundamental sight reading and harmony and composition. Well, I was in sight reading because I learned from hearing,
Yeah.
listening to the music, the records, but composition and theory, yes, yes. After that semester, I only took one semester. I I got some fundamental, learning about the modes
Mhm.
and everything that comes along with it, the melodic minor, harmonic minor, things like that. But what I realized is like, what? I I think I should add to my education something that is outside of being a musician, something a little bit bigger. So I got into mass communication,
All right.
which at the time was radio, television, and motion picture producing and directing, which actually helped me so much. This is in 69, 70, 71. I went there when I went to college. Uh, and what it helped me was to understand how the components of the radio station business. So when I become a recording artist, I understood about record promotion,
Yeah.
playlists, continuity of songs, if you have a certain format, especially back in the day, which it was top 40,
Yeah.
not like it is right now. Okay. And right now, most listeners, even I do. I listen randomly I don't listen to radio stations. I listen to playlists that I
Yeah.
even create myself. That's
Yeah.
the way to do it nowadays. So you bypass the program director. And then in television, producing and directing, I learned about being in front of a camera and lighting, understanding lighting. So when I joined Ozzy, which was in 1981, playing with
Yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne, along with Randy Rhoades and Tommy Aldridge,
Yeah. Yeah.
it was the first time that I actually experienced a studio environment on stage.